This is Lauren.
This is Trey.
And this
is the Partnership Podcast.
Not bothered me
visually
me or
all.
auditorily. Good morning, my love.
Good morning, babe.
Welcome back.
Set my timer for 28 minutes.
We're like real pros now. There's like a delay. There's a lag time on our, for them going out. So it's kind of fun.
On our per diem?
It's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because it used to be we record on a Wednesday and they're out on a Monday, but now it's like a week ahead.
Baby.
Yes, my love.
I am craving like physical connection, reconnection. We got home from Punta Cana, aka like vacation / a bunch of vacation sex. And now we're back in the old humdrum of our life. Also, you're menstruating. Also, it's the beginning of your work week. Also, we have our, adult responsibilities. And today I am craving like, when was the last time we had sex? Like a week ago?
Penetrative intercourse?
Yeah, penetrative intercourse, because we did have some mutual masturbation. We were saying very dirty things to each other. It was very hot, and it's actually turning me on as we speak. But, my hard drive just got wiped. Okay, and so, yeah, I want to say it out loud that it's like I'm craving your attention, I'm craving physical touch, but I'm really craving just a really nice fuck. So I want to say that out loud because I don't want to bottle that. I don't want that to go inside. I don't want to, but like I woke up going like, I want Lauren.
Do you remember that we talked about this last night and said it would be a good podcast topic?
No,
just this whole thing, because
I said something.
I brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I think it's interesting, is that, I'm still deconditioning from this idea that if I don't give my husband sex, because believe me, I know the days in my head too, that he's going to leave me, he's going to cheat on me, and it's going to be all my fault, right? That's the type of lovely teaching that was drilled into me from a young age.
Yeah.
And so last night I said, like, honey, I'm so sorry. This period's been really rough. I have not even rough. This has been a really intense shedding menstrual cycle because I am breaking into some new things and I have needed to be internal, alone, full of solitude and stillness. I have not been in a highly, seductress mood, or because my psyche is very aware that some cool things are coming, and it has said slow down, go internal, go into your hermit cave. And that has coincided with this menstrual cycle, which is beautiful and it happens all the time for me. And I know that that's got to feel some kind of way, because instead of I think we've still been highly communicative and kind, but instead of vacation us, which is practically crawling all over each other, I have been very internal. Do you remember me bringing this up last
100%.
night? Okay, and you said this would be a good
this entire week
topic.
too, where it's like, hey, I need this, I need this, I need this, and it's been, how have I been doing?
How have you been doing? Praise Trey a little bit
on supporting
Honey,
this. I need it right now.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You've been phenomenal. I mean, to the point that your tender care has brought me to tears. So I think years ago we did a podcast on this topic, but I, during my single time, had to really figure out how to care for myself, because when I was very single, I was like, I cannot keep hating my period. I think this has got to be one of the coolest things about a person with a uterus. And it is the very thing that allowed me to give birth to the world's coolest child. And I got to make peace with this. I've got to make peace with my menstrual cycle. And so before I met you, I really developed a whole ritual, a whole system. Then met you, and you got to meet the Lauren who viewed her period this way, and you just jumped on that bandwagon with, we're going to feed you the iron that you need. We're going to support the days where you just feel grievous because you're letting things go, and where the world feels too much because you're meant to be focusing inward. So I tried to go to the store on Monday, I want to say, after massage and coaching and a pedicure. Not exactly a stressful day, but the resiliency just on the ground. So I went to the store, and the store was too much for me, especially because I live in the same town that I've always lived in. We've talked about the panic attacks that I've had here. I can't with the store. And so Trey sends me this text, and he's like, come home, just come home. So I walk in the front door, and he like takes all my baggages. And as he's like unloading my physical body, my emotional body is also unloading. And then I basically just crumpled in your arms in tears. To the outside world, this could look quote unquote ridiculous. And first husband used to call me ridiculous.
Codependent also.
Totally could look codependent.
Needy. Gay.
Yeah. But this was necessary. This crumpling, I mean, there are many writers and wise ones who talk about this crumple to the floor. It's kind of like this letting go of a past version. And that's falling off. And I know it in my bones. And my coach had given me this idea of kind of moving out of a snake skin, shedding a snake skin. My body worker had given me this idea of like shaking off these fake clay boots type of thing, like being stuck in something that's not actually that strong. And I needed my lover. I needed you. I needed my partner, my husband I needed to fall into your arms. And so, yeah, this week you have just given such tenderness, like real tenderness. And, for people partnered to people who bleed, it's gotta be a unique thing, because your hormonal cycles, a male hormonal cycle is 24 hours. You wake up super horny because you have the highest amount of testosterone. And then through the day, it goes away till then you're really sleepy at night. Don't know if you experience this. Yeah. It's exactly Trey. Bing! He is ready to go. He would have sex every morning that would be gratifying and fulfilling. And meanwhile, a woman's peak horniness is around ovulation. And then the menstruation is the way you feel at the end of every day. That is how I feel for this entire week, is the exhaustion that you feel towards the end of the day. And so syncing that up through sexual connection can be
a challenge.
Yeah, I was trying to think of we've been playing with words recently of a beautiful puzzle. Like it can really be a puzzle. And it doesn't need to be upsetting, but I also think that Trey and I try very hard to always make space for one another's emotions inside of our relationship, and that two things can exist at once. And so I'm proud of you for saying, I miss that. And I can be like, it's good to want, and also know that I didn't have it in me this time.
Yeah.
I just didn't have it in me. There are some times on my period that I'm craving period sex, and I love it. And there's increased blood flow to the genitals, and it feels great. But then this time, I go through these seasons where I want to know myself before I introduce her to you. This makes me cry. Yeah. And it's like this body doesn't want to be sexual yet. It doesn't want to intertwine with another energy. It wants to know her own energy. And so mutual masturbation felt fine. That felt hot and wonderful, but that still felt pretty self-contained.
Good.
Yeah.
That was a good, what am I trying to say?
Negotiation, compromise.
Not even that. It was a good way to have a lovely orgasm.
Yes. Shared togetherness.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
How does it, okay, so I love our it's good to want, right? Celebrating each other's desire while also saying, you're not going to kick me to the curb because I'm not giving you sex while I'm menstruating. Yeah. Not what you're saying. But how does it feel like I am downplaying your sexual desire, decreasing the importance of it, of physical connection, penetrative intercourse, as I sat here and said this?
No.
Okay.
All of the things that you said out loud, we talked about this week. Mm-hmm. And I could sense this week also. Mm-hmm. And I want to support that and make space for that when it's your time to menstruate and cocoon and to shed and to come into something new. I want to support that because I believe in it, and I've seen it happen over and over again where it's oh shit, there's really fun breakthroughs that are coming. And also when it comes to our sex, the next meal is not going to be the last. Or the last meal that we have is not going to be our last, where yeah, I get the space, or excuse me, I get the opportunity to be patient and wait. And also I have a lovely masturbatory practice as well. So yeah, like me saying at the beginning of this podcast, me saying these things is saying out loud how I'm feeling. And I would expand on that saying I'm not voicing frustrations. I'm actually, oh, okay, this is neat. Where the water flows different places. Because I love period sex. I fucking love sex with you. It's probably the thing I'm addicted to most. Like sex with you. Okay, so water flowing. So I don't want to turn it off. I don't want to diminish my needs. But just like our renegotiation of like, hey, let's do some mutual masturbation. Okay, so yeah, I would love maybe a text when you, if and when you have capacity today of like, thank you, you're so handsome, or like, I love who you are, or like, yeah, I would love that. If and when you have capacity today, I would love like an extra touch, or maybe like you could tug my hair. And I don't even know if I'm going to like that, or I'm going to be like, hey, knock it off, because it depends on my mood too. Yeah, I am totally okay saying to you, hey, baby, I'm craving your attention. And then receiving it. Now, if we had the relationship where I would be afraid of getting hit or getting met with like, I don't have time for it, you're being ridiculous, I gave you attention last week, we were on vacation, that should fill up your tank. If I got hit with that, oof, that'd be scary. But I don't receive that when I ask for vulnerable things. Because it's a vulnerable ask of, hey, babe, knock, knock.
Yeah.
It's vulnerable and it's scary. And you coming home when you were talking about that and falling into my arms and me taking all your things off, that's fucking vulnerable. Yeah. Both sides. So I'm still learning that it's okay to be vulnerable. We just celebrated our 6 years together. And how many years married? 3? Whatever. So we celebrated 6 years together. I'm still learning how to be vulnerable with you. Of course. And that it's okay. And like, props to me that like my default is just to say it out loud. Ah. Hey, babe, I really want to fuck you. Mm-hmm. And then props to me where it's like, let me know when the opportunity is convenient for you. I know you have a lot going on this week. Then we hop on a train. We hop on a train Saturday. Yeah. You got your speaking engagement in the city. Yeah.
So fascinating things that I was paying attention to. I think we've mentioned it on here, the beautiful concept of a liar and a lie invitee. And so when you said, you can say these things because there's not going to be this like wall of defensiveness. Like, I just gave you all the sex on vacation. Why are you even asking for this? Right.
The opposite also, where it's like, I better give him what he wants.
100%.
So there's not going to be some type of bypassing on how you're feeling to like be in a place of like, ooh, I'm willing to, or I'm tolerating sex, which I'm sure happens a lot.
Every day I hear it. It was interesting because I was feeling in my body immediately, and it's just wild to track these things, friends. And I encourage you to do this the next time you hear something. So Trey was, saying will you send me, just kind of a sweet text and maybe give me some more touches. I immediately in my psyche, like back here, felt, oh, I've failed him immediately.
Okay.
Isn't that interesting? And so what I was trying to notice in me is, because once I feel like I've failed him, then I start to feel defensiveness creep up of the ways in which I have tried to show you affection this week, the purposeful things that I have done. And then I felt, has he not noticed any of them? Does he literally just walk around waiting for me to, right? Like I could feel all of this come up. And the reason why I think it's important to note this is we are not saints. We are not saints. And that the nervous system, right, has all of these things that it's trying to do to protect us. And so my nervous system is like, protect against the threat of blah, blah, of disconnection, ironically. And what I tried to do in this moment is just listen and get curious, listen and get curious, listen and get curious. And consider that perhaps my nervous system and all of these guttural responses were maybe wrong, or maybe okay to say, shh, this is not the case anymore. Trey is not your father. You don't have to perform at this level. It is his job to make a request. So you can either in this moment, Lauren, you have an opportunity to be a partner who can hear these things with curiosity and joy and pride that you have a husband who asks you this type of shit and is not expecting you to be a mind reader. This is not criticism of something that you did wrong, which is immediately what my body hears because of the religious orthodoxy and the misogyny that I grew up in. That's not what Trey's saying, psyche. Trey is making a request because you live in a home where you can make requests, and a request is beautiful and deserves to be celebrated. And Trey is trusting that you can handle his truth. And can you celebrate that you are a woman who he trusts enough to share his truth with? And your response, this internal response that's going on, the feelings you feel about his truth, they're okay. They're okay. And they can be in here. They can be in here. So that the delusion that the lie invitee believes is I can handle the truth. But what they really can't do is handle their own response, how they feel when the partner tells them the truth. And so I was sitting here going, can I handle my feelings? Can I handle my own feelings when he tells me truth? And so I just wanted to narrate that out loud because it is one thing for me to go, nope, on my period, I am, and never in this partnership am I obligated to give you sex. Never. Also, on the other hand, Trey is allowed to say, I miss sex with you, and I really want sex with you. Those things can coexist. And is it vulnerable? As you said, yes. Yes.
One of the most powerful things we're doing currently is naming. This is a shadow side. This isn't rational. Before sharing irrational things. It reminds me of a good friend of mine and her partner. In the past, when they've gotten into disagreements or arguments, things have been shared, and one of the things that the other partner responds to is, you're being irrational, you're being ridiculous. I'm really interested in continuing to have space for saying irrational, ridiculous things.
Yes.
And then the other person hearing it in curiosity, just like we did on vacation, sitting on the sand in paradise. And guess what? It was time to have a hard talk. And like, thank you for giving me the tools and then giving me the space.
You're welcome. It's life-changing.
Yeah. And then thank you just now in these chairs where it's like, hey, I'm sharing something with you and something's going on in the back of your brain that's not rational and that's ridiculous and it's a lie. Yeah.
There's something so powerful, isn't that, about still getting to say it out loud too? Because the moment it escapes, and this is why it's so powerful, yes, to use any of the phraseology that we've shared this morning, like the shadow side, or like these are the lies that I'm believing, or the story I'm telling myself, or I could feel the defense. It's so helpful to say it out loud and then have another partner, right? The back and forth is wild because all I needed is to sit silently and listen to Trey's request because we celebrate desire in this household. Then narrate what was going on in my shadow spaces because of lived childhood experiences, which then Trey just witnessed. He doesn't do anything about it.
It's not my job to fix. That's the most important thing, where it's not my job to fix. It's actually my job to say, oh, that's interesting. Tell me more. Yeah. It's my job to stay in curiosity. It's unless I am knock, 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 being invited in to give my input on how to solve this. My job is to stay in curiosity and then say, thank you for sharing.
Because I'm not, see, what's beautiful is then in our shadow book, they talk about this too. You're like shadow boxing. Because because it's very true that me sharing of my shadow could have brought up shadow pieces of yours, and then 100%. Our shadows are boxing. We've had this happen before.
There's a switch in me where my default is going to curiosity. That's why us sitting in those chairs was so powerful, because I actually defaulted maybe for the first time to curiosity and not defensiveness.
It was so beautiful.
And it was a relief. There was a big like nervous system kind of like I let that go at that moment.
Which is so cool because
I didn't have a choice either. With the nervous system, you don't really have a choice. It either happens or it doesn't. And I was like, oh, fuck. I defaulted to curiosity, and then there was relief.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, I like that. Let's try to have that happen again.
Yeah, it was, but years of work.
Yeah, fucking years,
done.
yeah.
Because it was that very beach where the default was not curiosity, it was defensiveness 2 years prior. Mm-hmm. And I just am so proud of you. It was phenomenal.
Proud of us, honey.
Legitimately so beautiful.
Yeah, proud of us, babe.
But like you said just a moment ago, it's not yours to fix. There's your work, my work, and our together work. And so that was your work that you did and got yourself professional help, got yourself a team, just juicy, sexy, so attractive, so attractive, right? Because the reason some of us are not having sex with our partners is that we don't like them.
Mm-hmm. I get it. There's been times where I've not been a fan of you.
Yeah. It's not exactly a turn on.
Yeah, it's called partnership.
Yeah. But think of if you, gentle audience member, are getting defensive at everything your partner brings up.
They stop bringing things up.
They stop bringing things up. They stop liking you because you're just not a nice person. You go to defensiveness, or you're telling them they're irrational and ridiculous. Yeah, and then you're expecting them to have sex with you? No, that's not how it works. Baseline that I tell all of my clients is we're going to have sex with people we like. We're going to stop having sex with people.
Or it's transactional, right? Or it becomes transactional.
Sure. And that's sex work. And you should be paid. I'm just not even kidding. Mm-hmm. If you're expecting a person in your home to be having sex with you in a transactional manner, you should be paying them. Because that's weird. No. We should be mutually desiring. Often have clients redefine sex. I've asked us to do it before too, right? Like I kept saying penetrative intercourse because we've had some juicy sexual moments. I even sent you a hot story that I masturbated to the other day because that has felt like an okay thing for me to do right now. A self-masturbatory practice has felt fine. And then I shared a story with you. Like we have still had sexual stuff swirling around 100%. In this week. There just has not been penetrative intercourse. And that's important, I think, because so often we so narrowly define sex as penetrative intercourse that we lose all the other juicy stuff. But I had a client redefine sex the other day. And she called it mutually desired genital touching. And I was like, I love this. I love mutually desired genital touching. And what was my point with this? I lost it. What did Trey say earlier? His hard drive had been wiped. Yes, I just think that this whole conversation, fascinating when it comes down to liking our sex partner, going to curiosity, being able to voice our desires as it's a good thing to want without obligating the other to meet that exact desire, negotiating our way to something. Oh, I know something I was thinking earlier is that you were asking for touch and kind words. Yeah. Okay. So I had some follow-up questions. Can we close out with the follow-up questions?
Sure.
Because sometimes a partner will ask for something and you need to negotiate or clarify the terms first. And that might seem unsexy, but it actually would help me because I started to feel fear that if I don't provide those things to you, you're going to feel some kind of way.
Great.
So, okay. Is there a time frame that you would like to hear these things? Is this like a today request?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to hear these things today. And also, can I clarify either verbally or through text?
Okay. Yes. The touching, I am going into clients at 9 a.m. and I'll be done at 5:30 p.m. where then I'll go to the gym and then I'll go out with Wednesday S. Where were you imagining that I would touch you in this day?
Oh, can I specify the type of touch I'd like to receive?
Yes.
I would like to be kissed by you.
Okay.
When, as far as time frame? Okay. Up to right now, up to when you get home, when I'm possibly in bed. So I would like to be kissed on the lips, on the lips by you sometime today.
Try to think other questions. Are you out and in today or are you home today?
Out and in.
Okay. Yeah, I can feel inside of me a fear of failing you, a fear of hearing this request and not being able to follow through because I go, what do we call it? I go like deep dive. I go in the ocean or whatever. And I do have a break at a certain point that I can remember. So I'm trying to place this in my mind.
Can I offer a...
Yeah.
Would you like to kiss me right now?
Oh, on camera?
Yeah.
Yeah. Putting in the work.
Thank you. I've been satisfied. You don't need any. I don't need any text messages.
You do need text messages. You get text messages.
Good.
Thank you. I think
We have 45 seconds. Maybe like a minute before the cameras need to be restarted.
I don't think so. Anyway, we'll wrap up. It's a good wrapping up time.
You got a minute 45 seconds. It's 28:15 on there.
Thank you for this conversation today. I think I work with a lot of individuals and partners who really struggle with the ebbs and flows of a person in a female body's sexual desire. And that it seems like kind of this moving target. And it seems like she's horny really badly sometimes, and then sometimes she doesn't want to be touched, and what do I do?
It's accurate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you have really healed this part of me that was literally told when I was younger that like women were the lesser gender because of their menstrual cycles. And so being partnered to you has allowed me to go, no, what if like there's cool stuff in here too? And what if these seasons beget even better seasons of sex on the other side, right? Like what if this is beautiful, like depositing into our sexual currency bank during these 5 days, 7 days.
Love it.
All right, so thank you. And thank you for coming to this episode of the Partnership Podcast. Please keep in mind that you have a right to informed decision-making and self-determination. These are our opinions and our opinions only. If something we said today was curious to you, you can go to sexedforyou.com/free consult and request a free consult with me to learn some of these tools and tricks that we use ourselves every single fucking day. It's not a joke. It has saved our lives. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Like, subscribe, share. We'll see you soon. Whoa!
Buzzer beater, babe.
Buzzer beater.